99X, it's Barnes and Leslie, the Morning X. Ticket window still lurks. A lot of things are still lurking. The ticket window for Shaky Knees is just a couple of minutes away, so don't move. Just keep with us here for just a second. Morning X Top 5 Audio of the Week is on the way just after 8. We have not played the 2 Pearl Jam songs yet. That could happen in the window 6 to 10. We haven't done it at 6 yet, by the way.
Early.
Wonder if we should, but we have not done it yet. You'll hear 2 Pearl Jam songs. That'll be your cue to listen for a keyword right after, and then just start texting. And we're going to draw a random texter, and then that person will be in the drawing of only 5 people to win 2 into the suite.
Sweet.
You guys have any Gen Zers in your life? And that would be between 97 and 2012. They were born in those years.
Yeah, I mean, I know people that I've worked with. Yes, of course.
Do you ever wonder what's wrong with them?
Zoomer. They're called Zoomers.
Or iGen. I have 2 of them that I own.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I have 2 of them that I own. It's a weird space out there, especially in the workforce.
Yes.
Crash, do you notice any yet at the station that you've come across?
No. I mean, yeah, a few.
Well, we try to keep them away from you, but I figured at some point you might see it.
I walked one into the station a couple days ago.
Okay.
I mean, they pretty much grew up with the internet, so think about it.
They're very digitally fluent.
Yes, of course.
But there's a couple of weird things, or are they weird things going on? So I want to present a couple of things happening out in the Gen Z orbit right now. Here's the first one. Listen to what they're doing.
There's a new trend called micro-retiring that has Gen Z taking small breaks throughout their career instead of a long one at the end.
I am in a micro-retirement right now. I am microdosing retirement as a 30-year-old.
This comes at a time where work is starting to feel less like a sprint and more like a marathon. And so micro-retiring is Gen Z's version of taking water breaks along the way.
I know I'm not the only person terrified of going to an office every single day, 2 weeks vacation a year, and then retiring at 65 and having to fit decades worth of living into the time you have left.
When you take a look at these unretiring baby boomers and Gen Xers who can't afford to leave the workforce, these young adults are like, maybe we should reinvent the wheel. Let's micro-retire.
I have never felt better. I've never felt healthier.
The reason why things are shifting is because traditional models of employment aren't keeping up with the needs of the modern workforce. It's a signal that employees want balance and purpose and flexibility. And the companies that can deliver will lead the pack. But would you micro-retire?
Is that stupid?
Okay.
I think it's the smartest thing on the planet.
I agree with Crash. I'm going to tell you why. Because I used to complain about that generation, like being entitled, and they don't want to come into work every day, and they, want titles and blah, blah. And then I thought, you know what? They want to spend time with their friends and family. They don't want to, hustle for 50 years. They're the smart ones. We're the dumb ones.
I agree with you also. I don't think this is such a dumb idea, except
It's good for your mental health.
if you're in such a specialized job, it might be hard. But if you're just in a bump and grind, you're in something that's like, there's a dime a dozen, a bunch of them, and you're good at what you do, you'll be wanted. But, you're not going to leave you're the lead anchor on a news station or something.
Yeah, if you have a big corporate gig or something.
Yeah, it'd be tough to walk from that, but that's not such a bad idea.
You kind of walk away.
You got to be able to leap from whatever your career is to the next one if you're going to take months or whatever, however long, a year off or something. Like us, we could never do that. I mean, we'd be out of a gig and then you got to crawl your way back into the industry.
Right.
But that's a great idea because I'm 58. I'm going to be 59 in August. So you think about it, I've got about 5 or 6 more years. I'm going to be 65 and I'll still have the mindset that I want to go out and enjoy my retirement. But 65?
Dude.
You're old, man.
You think you're retiring at 65?
Hell yeah.
You are?
Dude, you'll be pimping some beer at 80 at some pub. Join Crash tonight at 7. You'll have a cane.
I might, but I'm not going to be doing it in a big city like Atlanta. I'm going to be like in Panama City Beach.
He's going to Florida, baby.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be near a golf course, near a beach. And, yeah, sure, there'll be a radio station there, and it'll be like, hey, it's Crash Clark. Join me for cream corn wrestling.
I don't think people are staying at jobs forever like we did.
Well, hey, Panama City, that's a warning shot you just heard fired, by the way. They're going to be like, that dude from Atlanta's
He's going to be in charge of spring break.
Okay, so we'll put one on the scoreboard for Gen Z for that idea. Now let's go to the other thing that's going on. Tell me what you think about this that's happening in this little Gen Z world.
Gen Zs are now taking classes on how to make phone calls. So it's called telephobia, and it's a fear or anxiety around making and receiving telephone calls.
This is no joke.
No, what?
Telephobia.
Because I just want to text?
They're afraid to pick up the phone. They're having classes.
Say they never answer a phone call. But this is causing problems for when employers reach out for interviews or Gen Zs have to make a phone call to make a dentist appointment or something. And many students struggle with phone interviews because they haven't had the chance to practice. So now workshops are being held to help them feel more confident with students practicing everyday calls like making doctor's appointments. One career advisor is suggesting people practice with like a note card with like cheat notes, choosing a quiet space, and using breathing exercises to calm the nerves, reminding students that they are in charge of the phone call, and telling students, quote, if this telephone call is something that I do not want, I have the choice to end the phone call, and that gives me power.
That's funny.
I have an idea.
What?
We have to do this on the air.
What? Train a Gen Zer?
Yes, we do, on how to make a phone call.
Well, who do you got?
We'll find one, but we should, because I didn't realize this was such a phobia.
I didn't know you had to tell them that you had the power to end the call.
I mean, that's ridiculous. You don't know how to talk to another human being. So
they don't.
How do you interact in society?
Because Crash, all they do is text each other.
They snap each other. That's all they do is
snap each other. Yes.
Idiots.
See, the same people who brought you microdosing vacations brings you telephobia.
I mean, they had a great idea with the vacations, and then all of a sudden this one is like, now you're an idiot. You need a class on how to open a door?
Womp, womp, womp.
The Morning X with Barnes and Leslie. 99X.
Jim Rome takes on sports.
I've been doing this show for decades and decades and decades.
With rapid-fire takes.
Learn how to stop it, learn how to run it, or at least make a good argument. I don't even like to play. I've never fought so hard to defend something I don't like.
Scorching debates.
You can beef about anything you want. Why are you pushing me?
He's the Spitfire of sports smack.
Just so you all know, this is no one-off. This is what we're going to get every single day. Let's go, Jim! Let's go!
The Jim Rome Show podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.